Hello, and my name is Heathervescent. I'm a cacophonist. I've been doing a lot of things in Los Angeles, a lot of events, in parallel with the Burning Man community for many years. I self-identify as a cacophonist. The Cacophony Society is a group of pranksters and Daddists, and I first was introduced to them in 1997 in San Francisco. And I knew from that moment, from that zone trip, tramping through the posh San Francisco neighborhood to the beach where we blew fireballs, that I had always been a member. In the subsequent years, I have become friends with what I consider some of the gods of cacophony: Michael, John Law, Chicken John, Rusty Rosenhoff, and our own local Reverend Al. I have participated somewhat in the Burning Man community, but I really self-identify as a cacophonist. And there are some values I really hold true. The first is the TAZ, the Temporary Autonomous Zone. It's within the boundaries of this space, anything is possible. If you've attended any of the events that I've had the honor to organize and co-organize, SantaCon, Rise of March, Street Wars, the Lost Horizon Night Market, a Clockwork Beethoven, LA Marathon Zombie Stop, or the Caveman Picnic, you have had an experience of some of the temporary autonomous zones I love to create within our beautiful Los Angeles borders. One of the other core values I have is anarchism. I define anarchy as mutual, non-hierarchical cooperation. We are bound to each other, yet we are not compelled to help each other unless we so choose. Continuing with that idea is duocracy. You guys are all probably really familiar with that. Who likes to be told what to do? When we're doing our actions, when we are inspired, we take action with what we see best fit. And finally, life is absurd. Why be so serious? I am serious. I'm serious about cacophony and absurdity and having fun and living life to its fullest. I don't know how much of you know about my professional activities. I do have a day job. I work for myself. I've had my own company. I'll celebrate 10 years doing that this year. It's called the Purple Tornado. I am a professionally trained futurist. I have worked for global international banks. In fact, one of my favorite activities was producing an offsite for a series of global banking marketers utilizing the Temporary Autonomous Zone and Cacophony Society values and ideals. I speak globally about all kinds of activities. My primary research that I'm known for is on the future of money and payments and transactions, and how technology is changing that. It's not just technology, but ideals and how we communicate. And I do a lot of my research in the sharing economy. And I'll just mention at this point too that I split my time between Los Angeles and the Mojave Desert, which I love. I have a geodesic dome out there, which I rent on Airbnb. It was in the city, it's within the boundaries of the city of 29 Palms, which if you know, they can be a little bit conservative. When I first moved there and had the house, it was illegal to rent a short-term vacation home rental. I just completed, I'm celebrating a year of having worked with the local community there to craft a new set of regulations to allow vacation home rentals. It's very easy for me to work with all kinds of people, from C-level executives in global banks, peer-to-peers, hired film crews, management teams, volunteers. Probably one of my favorite leadership experiences is the succession planning I've been consciously doing with the SantaCon team for the last 5 or 6 years. As Athena has totally experience from herself, people won't step up to take leadership roles unless you step back as a leader to let people fill those places. I have consciously been allowing and crafting and, having people take leadership roles in the SantaCon organization over the last years. From myself as one, and now there's over a dozen people not in charge. Burning Man emerged from the Cacophony Society zone trip many years ago. It's transformed global culture like never before. As it continues to grow in influence, I want to reintroduce these values back into the Burning Man culture. I am a cacophonist through and through. For some reason, I decided now is the time to come back and get involved in the LA Burning Man community. And so I encourage you to vote cacophony. Thank you for your consideration.